So many books, so little time. Hi, I'm back with a reading update, a life update, and a video about just the books that I am hoping to read in May. We're already halfway through May, and I've only read one book. And these are the books that I'd hoped to read in May. So I'll just say these books will cover me through May and June. Hi, my name is Florence, and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for coming back. Yeah, this is the One More Book podcast YouTube channel, but you can also listen to my podcast where I talk about books with my friend. You can also follow me on social media, and yeah, so let's just start. It's been crazy. May has been really busy for me because May is my birthday month, so I've been celebrating my birthday for the last 2 weeks. May babies are go a bit overboard, especially if you're a Taurus, so you know. So I haven't been reading as much as I would have loved to, but life happens. The weather is beautiful, so I'm outside a lot, but yeah. So let me just share the books that I think I might read, or I just hope, let's say I treat my TBR as a menu. Like when you go to a restaurant and you have a menu, you know that you can always find something to eat from the menu. So this is like my menu. It doesn't mean I will eat everything on it, but I just know my options. So let's start. A lot of talking. A lot of rambling as usual. So let's start. The first book is Daughters of Africa, edited by Margaret Busby. And there's a book lover and a book reviewer and book content creator that I follow and love. She's called Hadija. I've even interviewed her once on my podcast. She also has a podcast, but she does a lot of social media regarding books, especially written by African authors. And she's also an activist, especially for Congo. And she started a book club. And this is our first book. We are not reading the whole book because she is thick. It has about, let's see. Oh, wow. A lot of pages. It has a lot of pages. The last page, let me see. 969 pages. I don't think, yeah. So we are reading this slowly by slowly. So we are starting with, I believe, it's a collection, an anthology of an international anthology of words and writings by women of African descent from the ancient Egyptian to the present. So it has all the big authors, female authors of African descent, from Zora Neale Houston to Bell Hooks to Ama Ataido to Buchi Emecheta to Joan Riley to May Opitz to Dorothy West to Christine Hunter to Mabel Dove Dakwa. Everyone and their mother is in this book. And we are reading Bessie Head, I think, and who else? So I've confirmed we are reading the works of Bessie Head and Nikki Giovanni. So I'm really looking forward to reading those two. I have read a book by Bessie Head, Maru, which I didn't love, unfortunately. And I haven't read anything by Nikki Giovanni, so it's a nice way to be introduced to it, to her and her works. And I think we'll go through it throughout the year, or I don't know, whatever time it takes. I got this second hand, and it came with a bookmark, which is very cute. It's written "Down Books for Travelers." I got it from the UK, so yeah. need to start reading this, but I absolutely love the cover. And I have I believe there's a newer edition, Daughters of Africa. There's the new one, but I thought I had, but I can't find it now. But there's a new edition to this. But it's nice to start with the old one first. The next book that I have actually read, it was on my TBR for May, and I managed to read it. It's in German, it's called Zwischen Ende und Anfang by Jojo Moyes. In English, it's called We All Live Here. And this is a signed copy here because I went for the book reading. She came to Germany when the German version came out for the launch, and I went to the book reading. I love Jojo Moyes. I've read a lot of her books. I remember, like, almost 16 years ago, I used to, I had to stay, watch over someone at a hospital, and all I did was read as I was watching them, and they were there for like 2 months. So I read a lot of Jojo Moyes, Cecilia Ahan. So I think they will always have a special part in my heart because of this time. And they were like, because they were also the English books that I could easily have access to. I remember I used to go to the train station. There's a bookshop at the train station. Back then, I didn't even used to know where the real bookshops was. I would go to the train station because they had a lot of English books, and I would buy one, read it, come back the next day, buy the next one. I was reading so many books. So when I heard that she was coming to Hamburg, of course I went. I couldn't get the English version on time because actually the German version came out first. So I loved this. I really enjoyed it. It's a really heartwarming story, and it's about a 40-something-year-old woman who's just recently divorced, and she is navigating post-divorce life. She has 2 kids, and her stepdad, has just come to live with them. And then suddenly her estranged dad, who she hasn't seen for years, suddenly appears. Her ex it's just a lot happening. And I just love how heartwarming it is, and a reminder that no family is perfect. All this imperfection is what makes a family a family. And I really enjoyed it. I picked it out as like a palate cleanser because I was reading so many heavy books. Planned to read so many heavy books in May. So this, I inhaled it. I really loved it. Next is one that I am currently reading. This is Black Skin, White Mask by Frantz Fanon. And he was an Algerian. Was he an Algerian? He was a French West Indian psychiatrist who lived in Algeria. He lived and worked in Algeria. And he's known for his works, especially in terms of Pan-Africanism and against colonialism of African countries. I have it as an audiobook, and I borrowed these from my friends, so I will be reading them tandem. I usually do nonfiction as audiobooks, but for this, it's an important book, so I want to highlight things in it, write down things in it, so that's why I borrowed it. And this is my first time reading any book by him. He would have turned 100 years this year. So there's a series of readings and events to celebrate his birthday. And there's one this week on Thursday. Unfortunately, I can't attend it, but there's another one in June, July that I'm looking forward to attending. So that's why I picked it up. Yeah, it's a small book, but it's packed with a lot of information. Next is The House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende. And this is the One More Book Club uh, book pick for this month. So we'll be meeting in June to talk about it. One of our members picked it up, and I've read another book by this author, Violetta, which I really, really loved. I already talked about it. So I was happy to see this picked up. I got this also secondhand. I really love the cover. And it spans like 4 generations, a family saga, which has also a bit of magical realism in it, with memorable and very often eccentric cast of characters. I just love the mix. She's an amazing writer, really, really amazing. And I just listened to a podcast interview of her, which was just chef's kiss. I love her already. So I want to start this. I even have like a reading guide on how to read this, because it's like almost 500 pages. So I think I'm going to do like, the reading guide says to read like 70 pages per week. So that is my goal, in order for me to finish it by the time we meet for the book club meeting. Next is My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. And I already read this. This is actually the second book that I finished this month. And this is a reread for a book club meeting that we are having this weekend on Saturday, with a digital book club that I'm in. And it's a thriller, more of a satire, but it claims to be a thriller. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't find it to be as thrilling as it claims to be. It is basically, this is what it is. 2 sisters, and one sister is always cleaning up the messes of the other. One is killing the boyfriends, and the other one is cleaning up after her. So basically that's it. It didn't really grip me. It didn't thrill me. It's just there. But it's fast paced and it's very short. So I can understand why people on Book Talk really love it. So yeah, if you're looking for, it's more for someone who is looking for something different from African literature, or trying to find something that can help you get out of a reading slump, this could be it. Another book that I started reading last year and never finished is, this is my pick for Read African Month. May is Read African Month. And I also try to read at least one book by a Kenyan author every month. So this is my pick. This is Facing Mount Kenya by Jomo Kenyatta. And it's an anthology of one of Kenya's biggest communities, the Agikuyu. And Jomo Kenyatta was the first president of Kenya. So we get to see and hear the sight and sound of Kikuyu tribal life, presented here as in a very comprehensive and intimate way. So I'll just go on from where I left, if I can remember. Yeah, it's a classic. I think it was first published in. These I also got secondhand. Let's see, when was it? 1965. 1965. Next is Against the Loveless World by Susan Abulhawa. And this is a book club pick for another book club that I'm in. And it's by a Palestinian author. And I believe it follows a woman who is trying to survive life in a country that is occupied, Palestine, occupied by Israel. and just telling us her story of like her childhood and everything that she carried within her growing up as a refugee. A very important book, I feel like. Yeah, so I need to start on this too. The book club meeting is next month. Yeah, so I still have time. Another book that I picked up that everyone was like, you need to read this, is Nervous Conditions by Tsitsi Dangarenmba. And it follows, I believe, a young girl who is trying to find, it's a coming of age story of trying to find herself as a woman on a path to gender egalitarianism. Yeah, brings to life the politics of decolonization and the energy of women's rights. So a very important book by a Zimbabwean author. And I love the cover. When was this published? First published in 1988. Yeah. Next is another book that I started but I haven't finished. I just don't have the, I don't know, I haven't, it's a soft DNF kind of, because I'm just not in the mood. It's Where the Children Take Us, How One Family Achieved the Unimaginable by Zain-e Asha. She is a very well-known CNN anchor. She's of Nigerian descent. Her parents are from Nigeria. And the story follows her life. It's a memoir, kind of. The memoir of her mother. And just how her mother single-handedly, after the death of their father, took care of them and raised them to become these really hotshot, like they succeeded in life. So she's just narrating how, yeah, a widowed immigrant who is left to raise 4 children in a London neighborhood beset by poverty and crime, and how they overcome that to become an Oscar-nominated actor, a Oxford-educated CNN anchor, a doctor, and a successful entrepreneur. So a very inspiring book. I'm just a bit, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I will pick it up. And then last but not least is Sweetness in the Skin by Ishi Robinson. And this was also a book club. This was a book club pick. We've already discussed it. And this was also a book club pick. And this is a Caribbean author, Jamaican author. She's based, I believe, in Berlin. And it follows the story of a young girl living with her mother and her auntie and her grandmother, like a matriarchal family. But they have there's a lot of generational trauma in this house. Yeah, just this girl trying to make it in life, make it through school, find her way out of poverty, trying to find her way through life with school, and without the help of the mom, just having a very strained relationship with the mom. So it felt a bit heavy. I liked it when it started, but then in the middle somehow it became very slow. I'm halfway done, so I think I should just push myself to finish it. Yeah, that's Ishi Robinson, Sweetness in the Skin. I really love the cover. It has a beautiful cover. Yeah, so those are the books that I am hoping to read in May and June. I won't lie. It's the month is just rushing. I can't believe it. It feels like just the days are just getting shorter and shorter, and there's so much to do, and there are just so many events and so many nice things that I don't want to miss. Finding the time to cozy up with the book is becoming really, really difficult, but I'm doing my best. Also, I wanted to share with you guys my reading journal. I got myself a reading journal, and because I keep on forgetting, by the time I'm reviewing books, I've already forgotten when it's like over a month. So at least having this is really helping, because then I can write. I like journaling, so I like to write my feelings about books, and this really helps. Yeah. So that's it for today. Hope you like this video. Don't forget to give me a like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you're reading. How is your reading going? And hopefully I will be back again with a review. I need to not wait until the end of the month to do reviews, because then I get overwhelmed. So I'm crossing my fingers to be back with a reading update. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Subscribe, like, and turn on your notification bell just to know when I post again. I need to be a bit more regular. Bye.